time's the charm. Right, buddy? Third time's the charm. Okay, let's go. Forward. Let me see your leg. We're both a mess today. Okay. Hey there, everyone. It's Anthony. Back with another video on single and freezing, single and Apollo's pulling me, single and camera's not functioning properly. Hi. Hope you're having a fantastic day, weekday, weekend, week, month, evening, morning, overnight, all of that good stuff. We're just out here on a little neighborhood walk and a little evening stroll. We had more daylight when I first started this, but I've been running into some filming issues. But, yeah, it's bitter cold right now. It's, I think, -4 degrees out. And I know it's cold in the vast portion of the U.S. right now. But yeah, we're seeing it over here for sure. It is so dang cold. And Apollo is thriving. He loves the freezing cold weather. I was working on editing a video right before we started this walk. And so it should be up right now. It's my responding to your comments. Whip and Chat, part 6. But I let him out to go pee before we went on the walk. And I was editing, and I looked out the craft room window, and he's out there just curled up, laying down on the ground, trying to get some sleep in the snow. And I'm like, sir, you are crazy. He just is like so comfortable. And on these walks, he loves sticking his nose in the snow and just kind of like, you know, sniffing through it and investigating. So I really have to pull him along. And so I'm like, dude, I can't pull you and me and my 2 coats plus my shirt, my undershirt, my pants, my base layer silk pants that I have on, 2 pairs of gloves. I've got regular socks and my heated socks. Like, I've got like 10 pounds of clothing on, plus trying to pull him. I'm like, oh my gosh. And I think the microphones that I have, my wireless microphones, they do not do well in these frigid temperatures. Like, the battery's completely charged. It's good to go, but it just kept turning off. I'd walk for like a few blocks and I'd look down and it wasn't recording. Turn it on, try again, wasn't recording. So I think it just doesn't like these super frigid temperatures. So you're just listening to me with the regular microphone that's on the camera itself. So keep that in mind. I may have to adjust volume levels and do some editing with that, because from what I remember, the microphone on this camera isn't super hot, but it's the best we can do right now. It's the most reliable thing, because that wireless microphone just doesn't like super cold temperatures. They're just finicky, unfortunately. But anyway, I hope you're having a good day. Make sure to leave in the comments how things are going for you. But yeah, we're just doing a little walkabout, trying to get some exercise into this boy. But yeah, not a lot has happened necessarily since our last vlog. Oh, I took a picture of Apollo outside today, so if I can remember to put that in, I will, because I was just looking out the window like, how do you do it? How does that fluff keep you protected and comfortable out in this? And I've also noticed when I take him on walks now, he didn't always, he did it for a while, then he got out of it, but grabbing sticks and twigs from the grass and carrying them along on our walk, he did that when he was a pup, but he kind of stopped doing it. And I don't know what it is about the cold, but He loves finding like the biggest stick he can find and bringing it with us on part of our walk, and then he'll abandon it. And I'm like, I wonder if it's his working dog breeds, the Husky and the Malamute, where I get him out here in super cold weather in the snow, and he's like, all right, on the clock, what are we carrying? What work am I doing? So I think he likes to have a job, which is kind of cool. I need to get a sled. Maybe when we move to Golden next year, I'll get a sled and see if he'll yank me around. But yeah, he likes to have a task when we're out in the snow. Right, buddy? Right, cutie boy? Okay, let's turn. It's a cul-de-sac. So, yeah, not a lot has been going on since the last vlog. Work's going well. It's performance review time. The company that I work for, I'm lucky enough that they have something called merit increases. So everybody gets a slight pay increase, like cost of living increase. There's a lot of bunnies in this yard. Woo! So you get it pretty much no matter what. There's only rare cases where someone wouldn't get one. But we get like a 3 to 5% increase at the beginning of every year based off of performance. It's pretty much guaranteed. They've done it, I think, coming up on 30 years in a row. So everybody gets it, but it's like 3 to 5%, and it really varies. Like what percentage you'll get is based off of performance. So you have, they call it thriving, which is essentially like, keep it up, you're doing good work. There's still, things to work on, but you're doing good. And that's the middle of the road, and that's what pretty much everybody gets. A few people might get the needs improvement, which is on the lower end, and a few people might get, I think they call it excellence or something, where you get a little bit more, but like 98% of people just get middle of the road, which isn't bad, but part of that is doing a self-evaluation. And so I spent pretty much all of Friday putting together my self-evaluation. You just reflect on the previous year and talk about what you learned, where you've grown, where you still think you need work, and any new goals that you'd like to implement for the upcoming year. So it's pretty in-depth. It's a lot of writing, but I got it done. The deadline was Saturday, and I got it done Friday. So that's all done, and work has been busy, but manageable. Keeps me on my toes, which is good. Definitely not boring by any means. So that's how Friday went, and then I took him out to the lake by our house, which I've taken you to at least once. We went to the lake before this big cold snap so I could get him some exercise. And then we came home and just kind of hung out on Friday. Did some diamond painting, listened to some audiobooks. I'm listening to a new cozy mystery series. And luckily 8 of the books are free on Audible Plus before you have to start using credits. So I'm only on I just started book 2, so I'm going to have plenty of listening time before I have to start giving up my credits. But it's a good little series. I finished one during the week that was like a bakery mystery series. So this lady ran a pie shop. Her name was Cinnamon, and she had to solve a bunch of mysteries, but I got through that entire series. I think it's done. Like, I don't think there's going to be any new books from that. But yeah, they're quick reads. Each of them are like 4 to 6 hours on regular speed, but I usually put it on 1.25 or 1.5 speed just to... I can listen pretty quickly, and I don't mind the slightly higher pitched voices. In fact, I find that when I slow it down to a regular speed, I'm like, hurry up, talk faster, you sound like you're slurring, because I always listen to them on the fast speed. But yeah, so been doing that. That was Friday, and then yesterday, when the cold really set in, I took Apollo to just do a short walk in the morning, and then I've just been focusing on tackling one room of the house at a time, going through, doing a little deep clean, getting stuff prepped to move, doing some more organizing. I have a donate pile that's growing. And then, let's cross the street here. Come on. And then I was hoping this weekend, because I wasn't paying attention to the weather, that I could get into the garage this weekend. Because there's so much stuff in there that I moved into the garage when we first moved into this place, which is coming up on 3 years now. 3 years. There's so much stuff that I moved into that garage that I haven't touched since I put it in there. So I'm like, if I can't even remember what's in there and it's been 3 years since I've needed it, then it's going. I'm just gonna move it straight to the donate box. I'm not in the mood to move stuff that I just don't utilize. So I just need to get in there and clear it out, but it's just too cold. It's just too cold to be fussing with the garage because it's not heated. So I was like, no, we'll wait until it warms up. Hopefully it does warm up before it's time for me to move in 3 weeks. Almost 2 weeks now. So yeah, I was like, I'm not doing it. Not interested. So I need to get to that, but just trying to get prepped to move. Just get things cleaned. But yeah, other than that, just hanging out. My brother, so yesterday evening, my brother is a DJ. I've mentioned that before, and I said at some point that I would talk more about it, so let's talk about it. When I was later years of high school, so like senior year and then going into college, I was really heavily into electronic music and like heavy electronic music, like dubstep, which was really popular at the time. It still is, apparently. But I was really into dubstep, so like Skrillex and Bass Nectar and all that type of stuff. But as I've gotten older, my preference for electronic music is a lot more like chill house vibes. Just kind of steady beats, kind of electronic music, nothing too heavy. Sometimes I'll get into it, but most of the time I like a more chill vibe. What's going on here? Come on. What could you possibly need to smell that badly? So yeah, that's kind of where my tastes have gone. And of course, like, I like all, a bunch of different styles of music. I think my daily listens are usually more pop, like Miley and Britney, that type of thing. And then I really love my, the hip hop and R&B from my era, like when I was in high school and college, or even younger than that, like middle school. So like Nelly, both the regular Nelly and Nelly Furtado, and then like TLC, 3LW, JoJo. Does anyone remember when Pink was doing R&B? I liked that. Brandy, Aaliyah, Missy. Like, that's kind of my bread and butter as far as like my favorite music. So I kind of stick to like the music from that time in my life. I'm not super big on following new artists. I kind of just stayed in the 2000s, which is fine. And then I like some new stuff from my favorite artists. Like, I like newer Miley stuff and all of that. And then I'd say my all-time favorite artist that I will listen to any any mood, anytime, is Sia. I think that she's one of the greatest musicians of our time. I think she's just a fantastic singer-songwriter, and her music just invokes a lot of emotions for me, like all over the board. and I love listening to her older stuff that I used to listen to when I was at college age till now, and just kind of her progression as an artist I found really interesting. She's just fantastic. So yeah, I love Sia. You'll have to let me know if you like her stuff. And just the amount of work that she's done, songs that she's written for other artists, those are sometimes my favorite songs from those artists, like Diamonds from Rihanna is a Sia song, and that's my favorite Rihanna song. Britney Spears has a song called Perfume that Sia wrote that I really like. Who else? And then I like when she's collaborated, like with David Guetta. Wild Ones by Flo Rida is a Sia song. At least she wrote the chorus and sang it, and I really like that one. Just pretty much anything and everything she's ever done I'm a fan of. But yeah, Sia's a big one for me. But anyway, so electronic music. My tastes have changed. My brother, he started playing around with mixers and stuff when he was in high school, and then him and a friend created a little DJ duo. I mean, this is years ago. We're talking like 7-8 years ago. He's 27 now. They started a little DJ duo, and they started doing really small shows just in Greeley. Just little stuff, like at a bar or whatever, they were just fresh out of high school. So they were doing their DJ thing together for a little while, and then I think his friend moved out of state. I forget what the exact impetus was, but he moved, and so my brother took a little bit of time off from DJing, and that's when he got into working at the vet hospital and becoming a vet tech and all of that stuff. But in the meantime, he's still been experimenting and playing with music, and then a couple of years ago, he started doing solo work and came up with his DJ name, which is Violet Sunset. Not violent, violet, like the color. I always accidentally say violent sunset, but it's violet. And so he's been doing solo stuff for a couple of years now, and he's definitely gotten bigger in the Denver kind of Colorado scene. So he does quite a few shows. He doesn't always headline. Most of the time he's just an opener, but he does a lot of shows in the Denver area, a lot still in Greeley. And then he's done shows in like Breckenridge and Keystone, like up in the ski towns, in like smaller clubs and venues. But he was talking to me during Christmas or over Christmas and said that he was doing a show in Greeley. And I was like, sure, I'll go. Because, well, not only because I want to go and support him, but I had talked to him about potentially doing some intro and outro original music for me, for my channel, and then maybe doing an hour set or an hour mix that I could use during whippin' jams or pan overs, just to have some music to pick from. And he was like, yeah, sure. So I was like, well, I'll go to the show and see kind of what his music style is like these days. And he does some more chill, like house stuff, but he still does a lot of like heavy dubstep. And so it was cool. So anyway, long story long, I was debating on still going last night because it's so cold and the roads have a lot of black ice on them. And Greeley is about a 55-mile drive from my current house. So I was like, I don't know, but I really wanted to go support him. So I was like, I'll drive slow, I'll be careful, And so I went up there. I definitely drove slow. I got there like 15 minutes late, but it was a long drive. But I made it up there safely, made it home safely. But yeah, it was a blast. I took some video clips and I tried to take clips where there wasn't anyone singing because, part of doing, part of his DJ set, or part of his music is sampling songs, so I just didn't want to get any copyright strikes. So I think I got some clips of just his beats as opposed to Apollo. You can't pull me that hard. Sorry. Come on, buddy, please. Just stay moving forward. He's a little detective. I'm like, sir. But yeah, I'll insert some clips either at the beginning or end of this, wherever, and some pictures too. But I went and saw his set in Greeley at the Moxie Theater, and he was an opener for a DJ from here in the Denver area. But then there was 2 other DJs that were there in between, so he was the first one up. Then the second one went up, and then the third one is one of his friends who's also a DJ from the Greeley area, and they have just a small, nothing major, just a small little production company that they started up. So they're helping produce some songs for local DJs. So the second guy that was up, he was like, my brother came and saw me after his set, and he's like, oh, he's really good. We just started producing for him. But this is the first time we've actually met in person. We've done all Skype and online stuff, but we've been helping him with some production stuff. And then he's like, my buddy after him, I'm going to be going up and doing a couple of songs with him because we worked on them together, and we have this little production label that we started together. So it was really cool. It was really cool to go and support him. It wasn't packed. I'd say there's probably 40 or so people there, and it was just because it was so, by this time we're talking 9 o'clock at night, and it's -5 degrees, so it wasn't super packed, but the people that were there were really into it. So it was so cool to see everyone having a good time and dancing to my brother's set and his music. It's just, makes you proud. So went and did that, and then slowly drove home, got home not until midnight, let Apollo out and cuddled with Apollo, and then I was like, oh, I'll go diamond paint for a little bit. And then I was like, nope. I got my kit set up and everything, and I was like, I'm so tired and a little burnt out because driving in that inclement weather and having to really pay attention and gripping the steering wheel and make sure that you're not sliding or anything, that takes a lot out of you. So doing that for a couple hours yesterday, I was just like, I'm gonna go to bed. So we went to bed and woke up this morning and just kind of cuddled and went for a really short morning walk. And yeah, I've just been continuing to clean and organize, getting laundry done. Got some laundry going, dishes, vacuuming, the drill, and doing some diamond painting. And then I was like, ooh, let me do some batch filming. So I got 3 more unboxings done, so those are ready to go for February. And filmed my video that just went up responding to your comments, which was a long one. Did I film that today? Nope, I filmed that yesterday. There's no way that I would have been able to do all that talking and then do unboxing. So yeah, that happened yesterday. But yeah, I got those unboxings done, and I'm excited to share those kits with everyone in the coming weeks. And did some editing for the video I filmed yesterday. Got some editing done for that. Got that posted. And now we're out here. Just other than that, just diamond painting and hanging out. I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but my roommate and my group of buddies went up skiing this weekend. They left Friday night to Steamboat. So I think they come back today or tomorrow, because tomorrow is Martin Luther King Jr. Day. So I don't know which of them has to work or not, but I think they're going to be up there tomorrow. If not, they're coming back late tonight. So yeah, and my plan for tomorrow is to take Apollo either to the Boulder open space. We haven't been there since his accident. Either there or to let's turn around. I don't want to deal with that road. Take him there or to the Westminster Hills open space. We might just do that one, and I can go in the morning so it's quiet. So I might do a whip-in jam where it's just music for that one. Or I might try to come up with some more topics to chat about. We'll see. But yeah, try to... Because he hasn't been off-leash in this weather this weekend yet, and I know he loves to romp and bound in the cold and the snow, so I want to let him have that. Oops, ow, sorry, I just got caught on that mailbox. I'm so bulky right now with all of this clothing. What was I gonna say? Oh, on Friday, we got back from our walk, and I let him out of the car, and I keep his leash on him, in the car, that way I can just snag him when I let him out. Let him out of the car, and I went over to the mailbox to get mail, and he turned just the right way that the carabiner clip that's on him unclipped. And so we both just kind of stood there and stared at each other, like he realized that he was no longer on leash, and I was like about to panic because he is no stranger to just taking off. And I was like, oh my God, it's getting so cold. I do not want to have to walk around chasing him in the freezing cold all around the neighborhood trying to get him back to me. So I was like, crap, what do I do? And before he could really realize what his opportunity was, I was like, inside, because usually when we get out of the car, I'm like, okay, let's go inside. And he'll run up the stairs and go up to the deck. So I was like, please let this work. So I was like, come on, baby, let's go inside. And he just, hi, I'm not talking to you. He went right up to the deck and waited at the front door for me. And I was like, oh, thank God he didn't have a full understanding of what he could have done. So crisis averted there, because he's done that before where I've had to chase him around the neighborhood for a long time. There was even one time where I called animal control, and I'm like 10 feet away from him, trying to chase him, and he likes to play keep away, so he'd let me get close and then just bolt. And he was going across streets with cars, and it was just a mess. So I was freaking out because I couldn't get him. He'd let me get just close enough, and then he'd take off. And so I called animal control because I was like, I need some help, like wrangling him somehow. And even somebody else, one of the neighbors, they were coming or going or something like that. He was running around in their front yard, and the neighbor tried to like get him to come over, and he knew what was up. He was like, nope, and he took off. So I was like, I need to get like some help in corralling this dog. So I had called them and made the report, and they were like, okay, well, as soon as we have someone available, we'll send them your way, but just keep an eye on him and call us back if you're able to get him. And the lady's like, she's like, a lot of our calls like this come from dog owners that have huskies because they're just little escape artists and they love to just run free. It's like their favorite thing. So I was like, oh my gosh. And so right when I got off the phone with them, he went into somebody's front yard, and they had their front yard pretty much fenced, including their driveway, but the fence across the driveway was slightly open, so he snuck in there. And then the rest of the yard was fenced off, so he couldn't go to the backyard. He was stuck in there. And so I went in there. I don't think they were home. And I shut the gate behind me, so he was locked in. And I was able to corner him on their porch and clip him up. And I was like, don't ever do that again. I can't believe you, And you try to discipline him, but like, it's like there's, in the moment, it's just your own anger and frustration coming through. And I don't want to be that kind of dog owner. So I took him, walked him back to the house, and I was like, you cannot run away. You stay near me. And then that night we went back out and I did a test where I had him on leash, but as soon as he would try to pull or something, I'm like, come back, give him a treat, and just kept trying to train him to come back to me. It sticks around for a little bit, but I'm not super consistent with it. But yeah, we gotta work on that. I keep saying it every like couple months, like I need to get him into training, and I do. It's a priority for me, but it's also money dependent, right? Training is not cheap, and I do not have the means right now to invest that kind of money in training for him, especially with this move. Like, there's just too much going on for me to be like, all right, $3,000 you say? Perfect. So it's not that I don't want to, and it's not that I don't understand the importance of it and how much he'll take out of it. It is purely a financial thing. I just can't afford to put him through professional training right now. So it will happen someday. I will get him into that because I want to be trained as well, but we simply just can't manage it. So I'm gonna have to keep waiting on that. But I honestly, so this property right here is owned by the company I work for, as is the park that we sometimes go to. I just can't remember where we're going. Let's head back to the house. I'm literally freezing. He's like, what? We could do another few miles. Right, buddy? You can keep going. Let me put his little light on. Come here. Easy. Oh, there we go. So yeah, we'll get there as far as the training goes. He did really good. The other day we went up to South Table Mountain, which is, I've brought you around there before, and it's where I'll be living, really close to there. I took him up there the other day before it started snowing, and he did really good staying right by my side and not pulling me down the downhill parts of the trail. Like, he did a fantastic job, so he got extra treats when we got home from that. But yeah, he's doing okay. What else? So yeah, other than that, filming those unboxings and stuff today, I made lunch. I did chili and cornbread with a little side of pasta salad. I just wanted something warm, like a nice warm chili, and I put, obviously cornbread in the oven. And so that was really nice. And I had just let Apollo out to go potty when I was preparing lunch. And so I had been outside, so my throat was all like freezing cold, and then I came right in and made myself a plate. And I think the cold plus the heat of the chili got me like super phlegmy and kind of congested. And then I was like, okay, lunch is over, let's go back to doing unboxing. So I filmed one more, and that unboxing I was like hacking up along, so I'm gonna have to really edit that one. I was like, I'm sorry, I was eating chili and now I'm all clogged up. But yeah, that's really all that has been happening today. Did a little diamond painting, and now we're out here. We've done 2.57 miles so far, so I think that's good. Let's get back home because I am freezing. And then when we get back to the house, I've just got to rotate laundry again. And then I may or may not go to karaoke. I haven't decided. I've been wanting to so bad for the past couple of weeks, and I haven't been going. And there's a bar in downtown Golden called Ace High that does karaoke Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And on Sundays, they have a karaoke competition. So I might go and do that. Come on, Sniffy. I might go and do that. I haven't decided yet. Every time I get the itch to go to karaoke, at least in the past couple of weeks, I get it, And then I get home and I'm like, yeah, but staying home is also fun. So I end up not going and just vegging out. But when I went to my brother's show last night, it just reminded me how much fun I have in like venue settings, and like I really have a good time going out and doing that stuff. Even to go to like a club to dance, I don't do it very often at all, but when I do, I'm like, why don't I do this more? But I feel like the answer to that is I'm old and I'm tired, and I'd rather just stay cozy. But when I do manage to pull myself out of the house to go do that kind of stuff, I always have a blast. Even if it's just by myself, I have a good time. So I might go do that. It's just so darn cold. But yeah, that's kind of life stuff. Can't believe we've only gone like 35 minutes. Usually I can just go on and on. It's probably because I'm burnt out from the responding to your comments video I recorded yesterday. It was 2.5 hours long trying to get through all those comments, so I might just be all talked out. But yeah, that's kind of life updates. And then as far as diamond painting stuff goes, so let's see if I can remember what I have kitted up, not started. So these are all the projects that I have kitted up, but I haven't started on them. I've got Sunset Crossing from Craftably. I've got Summer by Alphonse Muka and Diamond Painting Shop. I have Stella from Iterations Crafts and Diamond Painting Shop. I have Inner Garden by Diamond Art Club and Yume Art. I have Sunday Cottage British from I think it's Steve Crisp and Diamond Painting Shop. And then that's 5. Oh geez, I have 2 more. Dang it. Oh, I have my mystery kit from Ivy Dolomore and Diamond Art Club. That's 6. And then there's one other one. I don't remember, and my phone is so far deep in one of these coats, I'm not even going to try to dig it out. But I have another one. If you remember, if you're shouting it right now, put it in the comments, because I forgot what my 7th kitted up project is. What is it? Maybe it's something from Distracted by Diamonds? No. That doesn't sound right. Oh geez, I'm gonna kick myself when I get home and look at it. But anyway, I have 7 kits kitted up. I can only remember 6 right now. And then, as far as whips and projects that I'm actively working on, I have Sitara by Diamond Art Club and Michaelina. That's a little kind of side project that I've been working on. I always like having a little snack size kind of mini kit to work on, just to mix it up between my larger projects. So I had finished Cyber Edo, which was that for me over Christmas, and now I have Sitara, and I'm already halfway done with that project. I think I might get pretty far on it if I work on it tonight and not go to karaoke, and then I have tomorrow off. There's a chance I might finish that kit in the next couple of days if I stick to it. But I have Sitara by Michaelina, and that one I'm super excited about because it has 19 colors, and I kept the 310 and 2 other regular DMCs, and then of course I kept the 2 ABs, but I replaced everything else. So I replaced 14 colors in that kit. 14 of the 19 colors got replaced with enhancement drills, and 2 of those are diamond dots drills, and then the other 12 are all sparklers from DP with sparklers. So the vast majority of that kit is enhancement drills, and it's looking really good, and I love working on it. So you might see a finish of that one before the end of the month. We'll see. And then I have Destruction by Jupiter Blossom and Distracted by Diamonds. I got another like half section of that one done, but I set it aside to keep working up Sitara. So not sure when that'll get finished. It's a big old kit, so I've got a lot of hours to put into it. And then, come on, buddy. And then I have Astronomer from Miles Pinkney in Diamond Art Club that I'm doing for the Astronomer paint-along that Mia's hosting. How are we looking on battery? We're looking good. That paint-along that Mia's hosting, I've got that going. And I need to post an update on Instagram, but I just finished my second column of that kit. Oh my gosh, this dog. All right, fine. Just sniff it out. I can't pull you anymore. So Astronomer, second column is done on that, so I'd say I'm like 20% complete with that kit. And that one's looking really good, but holy confetti, color changing, line blocking moly. That kit is a challenge. Come on, we're done. It is every single section, just like a ton of color changes, tons of different kind of line blocking and confetti. It's rare that you get any sections of color blocking. So like line blocking, if you're not familiar, is where it's just like the border, like a big long line of 310 or a big long line of whatever. There's a lot of that. And then a lot of just mixed up confetti colors. I'm working on part of the telescope right now, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. So I do like working on it, and I really do like the colors, but I find myself taking a lot of breaks working on that kit, because it's taxing. I enjoy it, but it's slow going. It's definitely not the kind of kit that me personally I can just crank through. There's just so much going on, so I have to keep taking little breaks, but I've made some pretty good progress there. So 2 columns done, and I'm really liking the sparklers for squares. They're growing on me. I just wish I had used more, I think, because I was pretty conservative, because I was skeptical about how they'd look on a square drill canvas, but oh my gosh, Apollo, come on. But I'm really liking them, and I wish I would have done more. I think I only did Sweet Mother of Pearl, move your butt. I don't have it in me today. This is supposed to be for your benefit. I'm just gonna keep him on the sidewalk now because I can't handle it. He's pushing me to my Arctic limits, this dog. Maybe I should just get a sled that I can be like, just pull me home when you're in between sniffs. But yeah, I think I have Moonstone, sparklers for squares, Coral Reef, Aqua, and Gold are the 4 sparklers for squares colors that I picked, and I probably could have done with a lot more. I also have some square metallic drills that are on that kit, and then I also have some glow ABs, and then I have big sparklers for squares, which is a large round drill that takes up the place of 4 square drill places for some of the stars. But I could have done a lot more. I was just, like I said, being conservative because it's my first time utilizing the sparklers for squares, but if I had to do it again, I would have just trusted it and got a lot more. But that's okay. So that's going really well. And then I have Borealis from Henry Clive and Jaded Gem Shop. That's probably about 55% complete. I got halfway up, and then I flipped the canvas upside down, so I'm working on it top to bottom now, and then I'll meet myself in the middle. and I'm 3 sections into my first row at the top. So that's another one that if I put my mind to it, I think I can finish that this month. And I think that might be my first month if I can get all this done. And I'm trying to prep to move, so this is very lofty ambitions. But this may or may not be my first month where I get 3 finishes done in 1 month. And it's only because my mystery kit from Jaded Gem Shop was pretty much, the majority of it was done in 2023. And then Sitara is a snack size kit. And then I had already gotten a good portion of Borealis done. So it's not typical. Typical for me is 1 kit a month. But just because I've got some leftovers from 2023, I might be able to crank out a couple more finishes. We'll see. I guess Sitara I started this year, but it's a small one. And there's a decent amount of 310 color blocking in that kit, so it just moves fast. So yeah, those are my whips, and then I have Moose and a Lob Moose. No progress there, but I think I'm going to try to make a more conscious effort to work on that after I move. We'll see. We'll see. So yeah, that's what's going on with me and my my whips and kitting up and stuff. I looked at my storage containers. I have 3 60-piece storage sets and 1 120-piece storage set left empty in what I have in my bank of storage containers. That's the least I've had empty in a while because I've been doing so much kitting up, and I think I might kit up 1 more. I think I have 1 more in mind that I'd like to kit up that I filmed an unboxing of today, and I took a look at it and I was like, oh yeah, this is going to be my next snack size enhancement project. So who knows when you'll actually see that, but I'd like to kit that up and order my drills from DP with Sparklers just to get that prepped and ready to go. So I have that, and then those 60-piece storage containers, I'll leave those empty. That way, when I work down a kit that's in an 120-piece, I have somewhere for it to go to free up more space. So I'll probably leave those alone. Whew. Dang it, I wish I could remember what that 7th kit is. I almost might think I was counting Sitara as part of that 7, but now I'm working on it, so maybe I only have 6. I don't know. That bothers me that I didn't have that memorized. But anyway, other than that, that's really everything that's going on. Just trying to survive this cold. I've got the tea going. I went and got some extra tea at the grocery store. I got an elderberry tea. And just gonna try to hunker down if I end up not going to karaoke. Just hunker down and stay warm with the boy and have him sleep under the table at my feet to keep my feet warm. And try to get him out to the open space tomorrow, just so he can really get some energy out. Because these neighborhood walks, I mean, we walk for miles, but sometimes that's different from him being on leash and just sprinting. He still gets tuckered out after a walk like this, but it's different when he's, free to roam. He gets in the back of the car after one of those hikes and he's out like a light. And then content-wise, nothing too crazy. I started filming my comparing diamond painting pen tips video. I did a section of a square drill canvas and a section of a round drill canvas with the Everlasting Tips pen tips. So that's done. I probably won't start that back up again until after I move. Mainly because I mentioned this in my whip-in chat, but right now I'm like, let's see how much of these whips you can get done before you move. Get some finishes, and then that's kind of been my focus. So I'm a little bit more speed focused right now than I am like taking the time to film that kind of video, because I have to stop and take notes and swap out pen tips and all of that stuff, and then film the time lapses and then film some commentary about my experience. So it was definitely more time intensive than I thought. Buddy, okay. Sorry, guys. Sir, you have to move forward. You simply must move forward. Yeah, to like film it all and, you know, take all the notes and everything. It's a time intensive video that I'm working on. So I was thinking maybe I could get it done this month, but I'm just gonna wait until next month after my move, get settled, and then I'll switch pen tips again and keep filming that. I think I'm gonna do the plastic Diamond Art Club pen tips next and see how that goes for me. And then I have the metal tips from Diamond Art Club, and then I have my thin placers from Amazon. So yeah, that'll be coming soon. And then after I move, I'll kit up Sleepy and Grumpy Cat so I can start that intro to diamond painting video series, get that up and running. So right now, I think the rest of the month, my my videos are going to be pretty standard fare, you know, unboxings, which I've already got pre-scheduled throughout the entire month, and then just sneaking in some responding to your comments videos if I get enough comments in this time to do another one. But other than that, it might just be a whole bunch of vlogs, just because I'm getting ready to pack, I'm getting ready to consolidate things, prep to move. So anything extra, we'll see. I'm kind of in this mindset of like, let's wait until you move and then you can jump into that. So it might be a little bit quiet, but you'll still get these vlogs and potentially some whip-in jams, that type of thing. And maybe this is a good time to start putting together my research for the A Question of Reality paint along and just get all of that, start prepping a lot of that. That way when it does come time for that paint along, which I haven't picked a date yet, I'll have a lot of research already done. So I might just be using this time to just get ready for the rest of the year and give myself a little bit of a break. Not feeling burnt out by any means on content creation or diamond painting itself, but you know, I'm just in this limbo mode where I'm like, let's not add anything to the plate right now. Let's just kind of keep it on cruise control until it's time to move. So that's probably what's gonna happen. What else? There is a different potential event that I've been toying around with another content creator. We haven't really spoken about it recently, so I don't know what's happening there. I'll have to check in with them and see. But just a super casual paint along that I think might happen in the spring, and that's really about it. I'd love to figure out some way to do a paint along for Hannah over at Iterations Crafts, like a Iterations Craft along or something like that, because her artwork is on a lot of different diamond painting shops right now, and you can also order customs from her, and that might be something to do next winter, and maybe announce it, and it would just be any of her images as a diamond painting. We can do a paint along. I'd love to do another artist spotlight with her. I think that would be a lot of fun, because I think more and more people are picking up her images. I even got a comment on one of my previous videos that somebody bought an individual license for my mystery kit Beyond Good and Evil, and I was like, oh my gosh, there's gonna be 2 of us now that have that kit. That's so cool. So it was so awesome to see people getting really excited about that finish, because it is an amazing piece of artwork and it looks so good as a diamond painting. So there's gonna be 2 soon, and yeah, if you are interested in any of Hannah's artwork, including Beyond Good and Evil, just message her on Instagram and she can get you pricing for an individual license of any of her pieces, and then you just zip that image. She'll send you a high resolution file of it, and you just zip that over to the diamond painting company of your choice that does customs, and they can do a custom for you. My personal suggestion, my favorite place for a custom image is Jaded Gem Shop, just because she does some hand charting along with running it through the computer, where a lot of shops don't do that. They just run it through the computer, and whatever it spits out, that's what you're gonna get. But she cleans it up a little bit. She adjusts the colors so the colors make sense. And you can also get it in various sizes. A lot of shops that do customs, they'll give you a recommended size or two that you can pick from, and it's almost always squares. So you can get it done in square or round at a variety of different sizes. I would say go bigger than smaller with that one because of the amount of detail. So mine was 70 by 90. I wouldn't go too much smaller than that. If my personal opinion, you can get as small as you want, but I wouldn't go much smaller than that. If anything, if you've got the time and space for it, I'd go bigger. Maybe like an 80 by 100 or something like that. I mean, that's really big, but I mean, it'll just look even better, you know. And square, you know, to get the maximum detail probably. But you can do whatever you want. I'm just, you know, that's my personal suggestion. So, yeah. That was really cool to see. So yeah, maybe some kind of Hannah paint along. I don't know. It's hard to come up with all that stuff, and then, you know, life happens and plans change. But I'd love to do a couple events like that throughout the year. A few events throughout the year would be nice. Still not sure if the cross-stitch conversion event that I bowed out of when my life kind of went for a loop in the fall, I don't know if that's still happening or not. I still haven't checked in with Hannah, different Hannah or Sophie on that, but I'm assuming so. I haven't really even been on that Facebook group very much. So I'm not sure what's happening there. I'm pretty out of touch with a lot of my crafty pals. I don't know, I've just been kind of doing my own thing recently. For no other reason than just I need to do it, you know. And get in there and check in with some folks. But I've kind of just been diamond painting and creating content, and like I haven't been big on checking in with folks, unfortunately. I need to get better about that. But yeah, that's really pretty much everything I've got going on. No purchases from me. I saw the Valentine's Day releases from Diamond Art Club, and then the kits that they released as part of their regular release for this week, and nothing really jumped out to me. It was all just kind of, it was all good, beautiful images, great images, but nothing that really spoke to me. I feel like there's this push this week where the talk of the town was Diamond Art Club kits with a bajillion colors. Like, that's what was getting everyone excited, is the color counts for, it was like one of the Valentine's Day images had 90 something colors, and then a new one that released is like a mermaid, I think, on a swing, had even more colors. So I'm like, oh, is this gonna be like the new trend, is like the chase for the highest color count from Diamond Art Club, if they're gonna just try to keep upping it, and that's like a sales driver right now, is color count. I understand it. I like a high amount of color. It usually means, you know, more depth and detail. But I also like a nice smaller kit, like Satara, 19 colors, beautiful image. Like, don't let those completely go away either. Like, I love having kits like that are like, you know, 30 or less colors and a round drill, relatively small, that I can just enhance to the gods. So I hope we don't completely lose those in favor of like, now this one has 100, now this one has 101. It's like, okay, like, I hope it doesn't turn into a chasing the highest color count is the new trend, because I do like some good color blocking in my life from time to time, so I hope we don't completely lose that from Diamond Art Club. But yeah, that was a trend this week. Up, up. Good boy. Nice job. But other than that, I haven't really seen anything. I'm just keeping my eye out for seeding imagination and... I forgot it again. Katie! What the heck is that? Oh my gosh. It's the Yume Art Kit, the glass instrument series, and it's the piano. It's called... I want to feel like it has something to do with inspiration or passion. I might just be thinking about that because Katie plays piano, so that kit meant something, had a special meaning to her. So maybe I'm just thinking of like inspiration, passion, like being a piano player with that kit and the emotions that it would invoke, but that's probably not in the title. What the heck? You know what I'm talking about. It's the one that I always forget the name of. I want it. And I'm not going to get it on a D-Stash group. I'm just going to be patient. So I'm waiting for those to restock. And then there's a couple others that I have my eye on. If they pop up, then I'd like to snag them. But other than that, I don't have any plans on purchasing anything until, obviously, again, after the move, get the new address and all that. I do have some Mooney Made trays that are on their way. I think they'll be here on Thursday, according to UPS, and so I'll be doing an unboxing of those. I didn't think I'd be buying any more trays ever, but I had put my name on the wait list for custom trays from Mooney Made a long time ago. I think when I signed up I was like number 400 and something, so I became number 1, and I was like, I can't let this pass me by. So Mooney Made has 7 different colors of their trays that are called their magic colors. It's like their specialty filament that they use. It's like this color changing effect, and I had 3 of the 7 colors in a large size Mooney Made tray, and I wanted the rest of the colors so I could have the complete set. So let's turn around just for a little bit so I can finish talking. I had 3 of the colors in the large tray, and I wanted the other 4 so I could complete the set. So I ordered the 4 colors I was missing. I had 2 of the 4 in the small trays from Mooney Made, but I rarely, if ever, use my small trays from Mooney Made. Usually I just use them when I'm kitting down, because I like to save 1 drill of each color on a kit to make a little swatch for my logbook. So I'll use the small tray to catch just a couple drills when I'm kitting down, but that's literally the only time I ever use it. So I was like, I want the rest of the magic colors to finish my collection, and then I'll be done with the Mooney Made. Okay, we can go back now. Then I'll be done with buying trays. And I've been good about not letting temptation kick in, because I really want to try those diamond painting trays that have enough spacing for, like, Apollo. Oh my goodness, this dog. He's freaking out over a twig. They have space for like 2 drills, 3 drills, 4 drills, 5 drills, so they're really good for, I guess, multi-placing. It kind of grids them all out in specific diamond amounts. So I almost caved and bought one of those because I was curious about it, but I decided I'm going to stick to the plan of limiting what I have, and I know what I like. I like the Mooney Made trays, and it's happened before where I buy a different type of tray and then I end up still liking Moonie Maids. So I'm like, let's not do this to yourself again. So I have those 4 trays coming in, and I'll do an unboxing, and then that will be, mark my words, let's give it a finite date. I don't want to say that forever because I don't want to be held to that. Let's just say in 2024 I will not be purchasing any diamond painting trays, because I technically bought those Moonie May ones in December. It just took a month for them to get printed and shipped. So I'm not buying any trays or any pens in 2024. Putty, I can't say. When Mary comes back from, or reopens her shop after having the kiddo, all bets are off because I'm going to want to support her comeback. Can you go ahead and sit? Sit. Good boy. Thank you. You're very cute. Okay, easy. So yeah. Oh, I guess one last thing. We're almost to the house. So I have a video idea, and I've had this idea since last year of something that I wanted to do that is completely off the wall. It's not normal content. It's something I would just probably do one time, but it's gonna have some comedy built into it, and it's gonna be weird, and it's gonna be, I don't know, I'm very curious to see what the reception is, but I've had this idea of like, it'd be funny to to do this. And I didn't do it last year because I wasn't quite sure and I didn't have the full idea in my head, but now I kind of have it fully fleshed out and I know what the video is going to look like. But I guess a question for everyone watching: how do you feel about like parody videos? How do you feel about poking a little bit of fun at just how crazy the social aspect of diamond painting can be, and just the stuff that sometimes happens in this community? Is it an okay topic to make jest of, or are we dead serious about diamond painting? I'll leave it at that. So let me know, how do you feel about like a parody video, a little poking fun to be had, all in good fun? Are you into it? Are you not into it? I'm not saying that's going to change my mind. I'm probably still going to do this video regardless, but I'm curious as to what the reception will be, but I'm probably going to do it anyway. Anyway, that's everything. Don't forget to, thank you so much for watching, of course. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share this content with friends, family members, anyone that you think might take some value out of it. Otherwise, happy placing. We'll see you next time. Bye. 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 Come say bye. Come here. Come here. Oh, bye. All right. Bye.